questions for Jaden Bray?
This is Jaden. I started landing off with this. Are there nerves for you heading into a first game? Where are you in terms of butterflies now, and are you a guy who normally gets those prior to a game?
Yeah, it doesn't really hit me until like I'm running out of the tunnel for real, and seeing all the fans in the stadium. I'm just more excited about anything, especially with everything that's done happened this year and stuff like that. So I'm just excited to see how we're gonna play and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm not really nervous or anything like that.
So what are nerves like at game time then? Butterflies, are they bad or are they easily washed?
They pretty much go away after that first play, after that ball snap. You kind of realize like, okay, I'm in the game. So usually after that first play, I'm pretty locked in and all good to go.
How was Jaden Bray different from the moment Rich Rodriguez and his staff came here and you started practice with him to where you are right now?
I'd say more like locked in. Just like, just how he coaches and what type of energy he brings into a football team. Just really just that Rich Rod mindset of just outworking anybody and not getting beat, whether that be to the ball or like finishing a block and stuff like that. Just working hard. I'll just say, like, since he's been here, he's like instilled, I feel like, in me and in all the other players that you got to earn it. You got to earn success, and it's not just given to you. So I would say those are the main things.
Now that the season's here and last year obviously didn't get to go like you would have wanted it to, do you have any personal goals, aside from winning every game as a team, do you have any personal goals, how many catches you want, what you want to accomplish this year?
Yeah, I got a little personal goals, just mainly just staying healthy. Usually with team success, you usually get the individual success. So as long as like we're doing good, I feel like I'll be right along with the team doing good as well. So, yeah.
Any of those personal goals you want to share with us?
Really just staying healthy, I would say.
That's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah, that's really about it.
Is staying healthy, I mean, that seems like something you can work towards, right?
Yeah.
That's more happenstance. So what?
Just more like just like recovery, taking care of your body, eating well, on and off the field. Just when you go home, just still like living in those habits, even though like when you're not at the facility. So yeah, I would just say like that, just like body maintenance and stuff like that, or main big things I've been trying to do.
So it's not just luck. There are other things that you can maybe do to help along.
Yeah, yes sir, especially like being in the weight room with Mike Joe, a lot of like injury prevention stuff that you can do in the weight room and stuff like that. So just trying to get more of that and just being more of a pro.
Are these things you're doing more now because of what happened last year that you're?
Yeah,
or
just
were you
like
doing it before. Like,
yeah, I was doing it. I was doing it before, but I'll just say just keep doing like more. More doesn't hurt. Like working more doesn't hurt. Being more injury resilient. So yeah, that's what I would say.
It's something that was hard, maybe when you were a freshman at Oklahoma State, eating right, getting to sleep. You didn't realize the importance of those things. Did you understand that early, and how has that progressed?
I knew a little bit of it, but the more serious was when you get older, like you get more smarter. So of course you realize how much it helps you in the long run. Like usually before every lift, we'll have our nutritionist JB go up there and tell us what we need to be having done and how much like important sleep is and recovery and stuff like that. So I've definitely gotten better over the years since I was a freshman.
What's it like having Jeffrey Weimer back in practice? I know Big 12 Media Day, you told me he pushes people harder than anybody's been pushing before.
Yeah, and even though he hasn't been practicing, he came back like he's been there the whole time. It's just been great seeing him, especially like battling what he's going through with all his eligibility and stuff like that. It can be hard on the mental of somebody, and even what he's going through when he's around us and he's at the facility, you can't really tell he's like down or anything. He just works hard, is a big like light in the room, and I go to him, even like we're both new into the offense, but we both do like a pretty good job of leaning on each other. So yeah, it's just been great having him back. He definitely is another weapon in our offense, and on the team that we're going to need this year. So it's just great having him.
How do you prepare going into this game knowing you might see a few different quarterbacks into the game? How do you, as a wide receiver, prepare for, Nico or the other ones to play?
Yeah, we've been preparing for it the whole spring and fall camp. Coaching staff does a good job of rotating in groups, so guys will go with the ones, guys will go with two, stuff like that. So I've got pretty good experience with all the quarterbacks, and it doesn't really worry me who's going to go in because we all built a pretty good connection throughout the whole camps. So yeah.
At Big 12 Media Days, you guys said you were still learning each other's names. So now that we're heading into week 1, what's the chemistry like on the team?
I feel like chemistry is real high, especially we've been getting together. Especially our lift groups have been a little bit different. I've been lifting with a lot of the defensive guys and stuff like that. So still getting closer with those guys. It can always get better, but it's been real great. All the guys are pretty brought in, all excited for this Saturday, especially in the locker rooms. A lot of morale is up. And yeah, I feel like it's been going good.
You mentioned your teammates keeping a good mental focus while they're going through this battle. For you last year when you went out, what was important to you in being able to keep a solid mental outlook?
Yeah, just especially because I still have to be up at the facility, so I don't want to be a culture vulture and just be all sad and down and bringing other people down just because what I'm going through. Because some people they still gotta practice, and I know some days they don't want to practice either. And then if I come in there and I'm oh man, y'all guys got to do this, I just can't really do that because they still have a job to get done at the end of the day. So just being high energy. Of course it sucks not being able to play, but there's also other things you can be grateful for. Football is only a little bit of your life, so trying not to let that overwhelm you.
Anybody else other than teammates that you maybe leaned on, a staffer here, family member?
Yeah, especially my mom and my dad, my sister, stuff like that. They were always big on me, especially I'm the baby in the family, so anything that goes down, they kind of drop everything for me in a sense. So when I was injured and stuff like that, both my mom and my dad had came from Oklahoma and stayed with me for a good amount of time, just to make sure that I was doing okay. So yeah.
So Jaden, you actually were a part of a big upset. You were on the losing end when you were with Oklahoma State. So is there anything that you've learned from that experience? Because you guys turned that around and had a real solid year, made the Big 12 championship game that year, that you can kind of instill in this team to avoid that, not only week 1, but even week 2 would be an upset even though you're on the road.
Yeah, I was just especially playing in the Big 12, it's so up and down on what teams could win and stuff like that. But just don't let 1 week be say if you lose 1 week, don't let it travel on into the next week. Just having short-term memory. Same thing with practices. Just because you do good on practice on one day doesn't mean that it's going to carry on until the next day. You have to restart, refocus. And that's good with the good and the bad. So just having short-term memory, I feel goes a long way on the preparation.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Have you ever had to bring anything up from your past experience? Because you're a player that they can draw from. You're going into an FCS game. Players could get overly confident. Something could happen. Do you ever have to say no, I got upset a couple years ago, or has that ever come up at all? Your experience?
Yeah, there's some you can never take an opponent for granted. You got to treat every opponent the same, because those guys at Robert Morris are coming in. They're playing a Power 4 conference. Those guys have goals as well as just like any other Division I program does. Doesn't matter if they're low conference or big conferences. So just respecting all opponents. Yeah, I would just say just respect all opponents.
Do the receivers have to pay attention, left-handed versus right-handed quarterbacks? Maybe a deep ball tail's different for one over the other, or is it, hey, it's coming out of the hands, it's in the air, I'm catching it one way or the other?
Yeah, I can't really tell the difference between left or right-handed quarterbacks. I say it just changes which ways we're doing stuff. But other than that, I can't really tell. I can't really tell the difference between right or left.